There we go. So I will record this for anyone that is arriving later. So hello to you if you're arriving later. You can't always catch up on time. I will record this for you so you can get all the information you want. Perhaps if you didn't come on to my radio show this morning, then I've obviously already got this planned for this evening as well to answer any questions you may have. I've got obviously in the chat box, you can send me any messages that you may have about anything. If you've got any particular questions about anything, or if you wanted to know more information, just clarify anything, do just send it me. Or if you, again, if it's a personal question, just send it afterwards as well. That's no problem. I've been ringing up people actually and doing some like personal consultations over the phone, and then people have also been booking to come in and see me personally, show me their hair growth and things like that as well. So anything like that is absolutely fine. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. Just bear with me. I'm not the best with technology, but I'm doing well. And let's share my whole screen and my presentation for you. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's go in this one now. Okay. Right, so let's just go on about our new laser hair removal system then. This is my son did this for me, so he did actually write the first part of my letter that I had sent out to people on here. But I just want to do that I've been sending out to some people in their gold envelopes that they may have already received from me. Obviously, I'm Verity. I own Beautylicious, and I've had it for the now 14 years. My son that has done all this for me was a baby when I set it up. And I have been a beauty therapist now for 22 years. And I have actually already been studying and performing IPL, so permanent hair removal treatments, since 2018. And again, this is the first slide. So why have we got a new laser? I had a skin-based IPL here on hire. It's in the salon since 2018. It's done as well, but everything changes as it does with technology and results and efficiency, new things all the time. And I was paying such a lot of money to hire this older machine, and actually I thought, no, I had my eye on this smart diode for the last 18 months, and I know a lot of other salon owners. I'm in like a core group of salon owners that are already have these machines up and down the country. So I've kind of been following them, answering their questions, asking for their results, and really making sure that it's the right machine and the right company to be going with moving forward. So it's very, very exciting that we are going to be getting this machine next month. We've already paid the deposit, and we are receiving the machine a few days before our training, which is on the 21st of um, February, and we're all going to be trained in it as well. So it's very exciting, very, very exciting. So see, I'm going to coach. I'll say here, I'm on a coaching program as well, and there's so many other people that have already got the machine have got brilliant, effective results. And I say it's much more quicker, more comfortable for the client. And I've got also many of you that may have seen the information leaflets I've sent out in the post as well, and also via email with all the information on there as well. But if you do get a chance, do go back and listen. I can send the replay link to Tamara Sidwell, who was on my radio show this morning from the Smart Group. She's the UK sales manager for Smart Diode. So she just went down through all of the, why people should consider this is a really good treatment to come to the Cotswolds, why the machine's so effective. Is it really going to work? Is it going to just grow back within a year? All those sorts of questions we answered on there as well. Hopefully, I will do a great job at explaining some of that to you as well in here. Right, so many of you knew that I had my Lipoperm machine for 6 years. This is why I'm doing my half price offer. And all through COVID, I worked like a Trojan for years and years and years to pay it off. As saying, all through COVID, I had these companies from a very hard sort of like a finance company, and they really were not nice people. They didn't support the businesses. We got really stuck with fines for not paying over 10 months when we were closed, and they were just really not nice. So I'd say I'd rather buy this machine outright. I would rather give my loyal clients who've been supporting me, this is my 14th business year, I'd rather give them the half price offer, to be honest, than giving Boris sat on in Barbados, who's a big company director, a load of interest that he can get through giving me some finance. So that is my honesty post there. And what I'm trying to do is obviously sell as many of these courses as I can, to get some really good results before the summer for clients. This is a fantastic time of year to start getting it done now. You can get them done every sort of 4 to 6 weeks for legs, 3 to 4 weeks for underarms and bikinis, and 1 to 2 weeks with your lip and chin as well. So you can come in and get that all done. So that is why I'm doing the offer. Done several of these things like this before. So say for the month of January, I'm going to be given the opportunity to have a think and consider whether laser hair removal may be the best option for you. Saves you time, saves you money, saves you worry about hair growth moving forward. As I say, you can come in once you've paid your money and you've got your plan, you can either do the 6 or the 10 payments, sessions. So usually they're saying around between 6 and 8 with this machine. What I'm saying is go for, if you can, go for the 10 or the unlimited, because then if it's already worked by, say, 8, I can then start on another area for you. You might have already thought, well, actually, I'll get my underarms done, and then actually, if I feel like later on, if it's worked, I'll try, bikini. And then obviously, if you've already bought those, whilst it's half price, because you will be kicking yourself later if it works, and you think, oh, I should have done that. So that's why I'm saying, if you can, go for the 10. The 6 is the bare minimum of the treatments. You are going to notice within the next 2 to 3 treatments that you have, obviously you come in for a patch test, and then we will put you in to our calendar, schedule you in over the weeks, so that then have got that already booked in. We can schedule it around holidays. It's not a problem whatsoever, and we can get that all in the diary for you, and working really, really well. And then also we say we just needed to get the pledge for this offer by the 31st of January. You don't just have to pledge it by Friday. You don't have to say, yes, Verity, I need to pay you right now. I'll be honest, I've got to make the payment by the 10th of February. So as long as you can get me the funds, or we can organise a pay in 3 through PayPal, as long as you can cover their fees that they do, I'm happy to organise a pay in 3 for you as well. So obviously that pays me the money straight away, and then it just allows you to pay that over the time as well. So who may be unsuitable for treatment? We did go over this earlier again on the radio show, and there's a few other things that I've kind of sent out. But if you're under 18, but although I have found out today, it's actually if you're under 16. So I did have a client ring me up today, and she was really keen to have it done, and then she wanted her daughter to have it done. And before, it's always been 18, but now my insurance and the product provider, Smart Group, have said it's 16 as long as they have a parent present. So that is fantastic. So especially some young girls, really struggle with excess hair growth, and waxing and shaving, and it's really getting them down. We can now do some really good intervention with that moving forward. So it may be unsuitable. Obviously, it's not going. How it's going to work is that the fine light is going to go off through the laser over the skin, and it is looking for pigmented hair. It's going over and over the skin with the light. You'll see it's very, very fast, and it is looking for pigment within that skin. So what it's doing is it's going to be following the pigment, the lights down into the follicle, and creating a controlled injury to that hair follicle structure within the SMAS layer as well. So you may not notice that it's going to fall out straight away, but it will be. Obviously, if you're allowed to carry on shaving and things like that, and you will notice in the shower after you've rubbed the towel, after about kind of 10 days to 2 weeks, you will start to notice you're getting bald spots. And obviously, as we go through the treatments as well, we're going higher and higher with the levels of the machine's parameters. So you're going to be getting, you start off with your lighter hairs, and then you're going to be going more with your darker, stronger hairs towards the end. But as I say, each time you will notice a layer kind of falling out as well. So that's very exciting. Obviously, pregnancy and breastfeeding. We do say that obviously wait until afterwards as well, till all the hormones are settled down, babies settle down, because obviously that can cause excess hair growth and obviously some pigmentation patches. And that again is why we always patch test you as well. I've never had anybody that's been had any reaction to it, but we just make sure, before we go over all your skin with the area, that we're just going to do a little patch test to ensure that that is the right safety, and obviously safely for you to go through, and to also have all of the all of your consultation forms sorted out, and all of your Fitzpatrick scale and things like that sorted. Diabetes, again, some of these can be done with doctor's notes, or we can sometimes, just it just depends really what it is. But if you've got anything you're not too sure about, do just send me a message, or send us an email, or pop in for a consultation, and we can always have a look at that for you. Some skin conditions as well that we can have a little look at. Obviously, like eczema, psoriasis, anything that's going to be open to the skin, acne, things like that. It's going to be obviously much more sore, and that would be for people that are on skin thinners like Roaccutane and AHAs and things like that as well. We would just need to be maybe come off those medications for a while before we'd able to do that for you. Again, photosensitive medications, maybe again like your AHAs, your topical acne lotions, all sorts of things like that. And there's quite a few medical conditions. So that's the best thing to do. That is, if you have got any medical conditions, just most of them are fine, but just send me a message. Obviously, privately, we can discuss that in a confidential manner so that we can make sure that that's really, really safe for you. Obviously, this is a medical device. We're going to make sure, go through the consultation form is a little bit like War and Peace, but it is to keep you safe, to make sure that we are fully, licensed to be able to, insured to be able to carry out that treatment for you. That's some fantastic results as well. I can't wait to get in. Can't wait to have it under myself, because it'd be so nice that the girls can now do it as well, because I've sort of been doing my IPL, which I had to cool the skin down, flash it, then cool it. Whereas this, I don't know if you've seen the videos of it, but it is got a cooling headset in there, and it literally goes over the skin, and you can do an underarm in 1 minute. You can do half legs in 10 minutes. It's really, really fast. It's great people, coming in lunch times, and if you're a bit time poor and you're busy, it's such a quick treatment that we are able to do as well. Just let me go through some other slides. So how many sessions will you need? So I think I've already covered on this as well. So it's between 6 to 10 sessions. I would say 10 is the maximum. 8 around, they're saying, what we need to do. And then, as I say, you could always have, like, if you have the 10, you could either do them if you ever needed a top up, or you could start to use them on another area if you were, keen on having that done as well. Any hair that does come back through, as I say, you may notice that sometimes they do get, when the light's gone off, they do come into sort of a shock, and they sort of lie dormant, and they come back a lot finer. And then later on in the session, as they get thicker, they then come out as well. So we need to catch them. There's anagen, catagen, and telogen, which are 3 stages of the hair growth. Anagen is when it's very, very young, it's connected to the blood supply. Catagen is when it's doing well, but it's starting to disconnect itself. And then telogen is when it is pushing out and becoming a new hair. So what we want to do is about 20 to 30% of the time the hairs are going to be in the anagen stage. So we want to make sure we're sort of getting them in that stage as well. So that is when, they're going to be the most effective at removing that. So that's why we need to do a course, and we need to see you regularly. Like, it wouldn't be worth it, having 2 now, the 2 in November, a couple next year. You're not gonna get the good results with that. We need to be consistent, have it in the diary, and work through with that. As I say, we start in February. You could get a good few in before the summer now to really see some results with those. Obviously, we can manage people with hormonal imbalances brilliantly. People with polycystic ovaries, ovarian syndrome, pituitary disorders, maybe you've got some extra, androgens from going through the menopause, anything like that. We can really, really manage that hair growth, and the hair follicles that are there are going to be treated and are going to fall out and be killed off. So what we cannot control is that if your body starts to make any more hair follicles from things like pregnancy, any of these hormonal imbalances, medications, all sorts of things. You know, there's a few different things that may occur, sort of some health conditions and things. So they can fluctuate over time, but the ones they will come back much lighter, much finer. We can really manage that hair growth with you. It's much finer. You know, it's not as so aggressive at coming through. You don't have that sort of 5 o'clock shadow, even with my IPL, the one I've just got, you know. I do find that, you know, it really does slow down the hair growth, and it really, you know, enables you to lead a much more comfortable life. To say I see people with such horrendous problems with hair growth you wouldn't believe, and obviously it's completely confidential service as well. You are seen, and you are, you know, you're treated very much confidentially. We can be a very discreet service as well. Not everyone needs to know you're coming through or anything like that. So obviously we need to continue to manage further hair growth over the time with those. And obviously people who are experiencing this, obviously we are unable to offer the unlimited package, because obviously as a business we can't continually carry it on through the lifetime of that. So if you already have a known condition, we can't, unfortunately. But I would really recommend buying, like say, a course of 10 or something, and we could really get the good deal in there for you and get some really good results. And just obviously then you may need to you know, just top it up every so often as the new hair follicles are made and come through. But certainly a good one. So as I say, how often do you need to come in for treatments? In most cases, your sessions will be 4 to 6 weeks apart, and I'll say a bit less for your facial, you know, like lip and chin, which I think a lot of my ladies that have it do it already, or I've treated with electrolysis or with the IPL so far. They are literally cannot wait to get on that bed and have it done again, because they want to be, you know, making sure that it's working, and getting on there, so because they can feel new growth coming through and they feel really conscious. Those people that I do treat with the have treated with the IPL and the laser, they may have a mixture of dark and light hairs. And I would say, if you have the dark hairs, because obviously we do need them in there to be, you know, creating that thing. So we can do a course of the laser, and then I can also come in, because I do electrolysis as well, where we just treat one hair at a time with a fine use probe, and we can use thermolysis at the base of that root. But obviously the laser is not going to conduct any melanin in there. As I say, we can book in with all of our staff members, and we can pre-book all of your appointments ahead, you know, with your calendar. And obviously, if you need to go on holiday, need to change anything, that's fine. But as soon as you've got your appointment booked, that will all go in there for you and be all scheduled and emailed to you with there. So with the costing, let me just see. I think I need to move this away. So I think you guys that are already on here have already seen this. So this is what it's going to cost. So obviously you've got your individual costings here, what it's going to cost per treatment. Usually, you know, if you were just coming in for a one-off, if you were buying a course of 6, you buy 5, you get the 6th free. So basically you're going for a course of 5. And then with a course of 10, you are paying for 8, but getting another 2 free. So obviously we're already giving you that. And then we're giving you 50% off that. So this is why these are so great. And I tell you what, I'm honest, I'm not ever going to do this again. I won't be doing this again. It's just what I want. I want that machine paid off, and I want really good results for the clients, and I want, you know, it to be a really good thing. I won't be doing the half price again at all. And this includes the unlimited laser will be continuing, but it will be £3,000 for that. But if you think of, I mean, it does seem like an awful lot of money, and it is, but it's a huge amount of area. You can have literally as much as your body done as you want at all. You can have full leg, bikini, back. You know, if people have got polycystic ovarian syndrome, they have trouble on their back, their chest, your arms. You can have your underarms, middle of your eyebrows, whatever you want doing, sides of the face. You could have as much as you want of it done, and for as long as you want. So that goes up for 2 years. So if you've got, obviously, I'm not going to say, you know, because obviously you may get a hormone fluctuation in 5 years, and then you have a few come through. But obviously, all those hair follicles, we literally continually book you in and treat you until all of that is gone. So if you think of the amount of time you'd save there for waxing, shaving, worrying about going swimming, having someone to have the kids when you come in, or sort of just booking the wax. I mean, my wax, some of my clients, they book in for like full leg bikini underarm um things now. And obviously with the rising cost of things, like their bills are nearly £100 sometimes just to be doing that. So if you've got to look at that sort of every 4 to 6 weeks, how many times you're coming out of work in a lunchtime, or having to come home on the way, on the way home and get that done. So as I say, 6 is a minimum, 10 is the maximum. If you can go for 10, I would. That is an absolutely fantastic offer at the 1500 as well, if that's what you're really, wanting to get rid of everything and be completely hair free, silky smooth, pain free as well, virtually pain free. It's got the cooling system in it, and it's super, super quick. So yeah, I've already mentioned about this, but what does the unlimited laser include? So just like it says on the tin, as many areas as you would like, as many times as you would like till the hair is gone. So this will be £3,000, and we'll give you 50% off. There we go. That's that one. So what are the next steps? So if you're interested in taking up one of our offers, then please do email me or verity@beautylicious-boughton.com, or even if you would like more information, um, anyone do get in, book me in for a chat. I'm in the salon Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can call the salon, or you can message me to book an appointment. Or to say, you can go online, and you can book in with me patch test appointments for eyebrows and things like that. It's 15 minutes. So if you wanted to book one of those, and they're free, and literally you can look on my diary through our website, www.beautylicious-boughton.com. And if you go onto the booking page, it will allow you to book in a time with me as well. As I say, I'm seeing quite a few people this week for that as well. So yeah, that's another one. I'm trying to think of any other questions that people had. I think like the one for Tamara this morning was more of the, is it going to grow back? Is it going to grow back? Is it going to be worth it? If I'm putting all this money in, as I say, you can maybe need a top up once a year if you've got a few new ones coming through. But again, they'd be much, much finer. You'd have um say up to 2 years worth to be able to come back and get any little stray ones. And obviously if you had like an underlying condition, we wouldn't be able to offer that anyway. But obviously if you could, you may get a few, but it's very, very unlikely, very, very fine. And you might just need a top up on a few little patchy areas. Just from my experience as well, at 6 years doing IPL, a lot of the clients that I've got, done legs and things like that, you might get the odd sort of really fine stringy hair, but you would not find that they're coming back in droves or anything like that, unless you had a severe hormonal imbalance. Or sometimes when people have like the HRT gel, that can suddenly go on as well. So I'm just going to stop my share a minute and just see if anybody has got any questions for me at all. Just write them in the chat if you do. Fine. As I say, I'm in all week. We've got until Friday for the half price offer. And actually, I'm going to do a open evening as well, so that people can come in, have a look at the machine, and do some consultations and things like that as well. So if you're not too sure now, or now isn't the right time, some people, that I've just bought into two things recently that I've been looking at for about like this machine, and some help with my social media. I've been looking at it for probably a couple of years, but it just wasn't the right time at the time. But obviously, sometimes you've got that information now. You can then come back and maybe say, in 6 months, old Verity, I've got Auntie Mildred's given me some money or something, and I want to go for it now. It's all information. So do book in at any time. As I say, we're so looking forward to this coming. I will also share with everyone the the re-link for the radio show this morning, where you can hear Tamara on there as well. So she's really specific about the machine. Obviously she's worked for the company for such a long time, and that all came from their smart groups education department as well, exactly about the machine. So obviously I've been really eyeing up some time compared to a lot of different machines, and to say looking at other salon owners, getting their views on it, and their results as well, and really looked into it very, very super carefully. So I think unless I've got any questions, I will end that there. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope that answers all your questions. I say, do feel free to message me privately if you've got anything personal that you don't want to talk about on Zoom. And I will see you all soon. Take care.